So I talked to some people today, talked to some people yesterday, had some great conversations with people, and I felt led to shoot this video. So excuse the sun in the face, excuse the wind. I'm enjoying my life and having a good time. Doing what I like to do. And most of you guys know that what I like to do, so don't have to tell you what I'm doing. So I'm shooting this video to explain and answer a question and educate some people on something they may not know. Here it is. The question is, what is the difference between Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter? Have you guys noticed on your social media people are posting Black Lives Matter, but you'll also have some people posting All Lives Matter? And sometimes if you look at those comments, most of them will have some kind of disagreement, and sometimes it gets a little heated through conversations via social media. So if you are asking or if you're wondering what matters, what's the difference, why are people either being petty, what's the difference between Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter? Both sides have truths. Black Lives Matter, and also at the same time, everyone's life, all lives, they do matter. Humanity does matter. However, in this time and in this climate, it's more fitting for Black Lives Matter. And the reason why Black Lives Matter is because of this idea. I'm gonna give you an idea. Say there were 5 houses all in one area. Let's say it was just like on one street, right? One strip of land, right? And house number 3 is on fire, has an emergency, something tragic is happening in house 3, right? When we call for emergency purposes, when we call for emergency assistance, when we call for attention towards an emergency, we don't call for house 1, 2, 4, or 5. But when there's an emergency and house 3 is burning, we call the firefighter, we call the police, we call the doctors, whoever, emergency assistance to house number 3. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 matter. All lives matter. However, in the climate of the fire, there's a fire in house 3. There's an emergency in house 3. We're calling attention and focus to house 3. And in this situation, in this world right now, house 3 is black. So that's why Black Lives Matter. When you call, for any other remedy to be fixed, right? You focus on that specific area, right? You don't, if I have an issue with my leg, I'm not going to take medicine for my eyes because it's not working. It's not going to help right now. What's in pain, what is hurting is my leg. So in that matter, leg matters. So when I talk to the doctor, I'm not going to talk to the doctor about, hey doctor, I'm kind of bald in the head, that's an issue. No, right now what's really hurting is my leg. I'm not going to talk to him about my bald spot. I'm not going to talk to him about a missing tooth. I'm not going to talk to him about all that other stuff, because right now that has to take a backseat to the area that is really hurting and matters. I'm not equating a house. I'm not equating a hurt leg to the tragedies that are happening in our community towards black and minorities. I'm not taking that. I'm not making that as an equivalent, but I'm just giving a thought on why Black Lives Matter over all lives matter. At this time, the government, those that are in power, those that have the power, need to focus on a general area. And I believe that if we take things by piece, that things will eventually come to a full completion of a whole.